What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Tuesday, June 28th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 14-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Carlos Rodon, and he's pitching against a low salary batting team, the Detroit Tigers. Carlos Rodon only giving up a .571 OPS versus righties. He's facing 5 righties here tonight. The Tigers have only hit 16 of his last 61 pitches. That's a .262 batting average. Carlos Rodon is $10,600 FanDuel salary, $200 less on DraftKings, averaging 39 fantasy points per game on the season. Carlos Rodon has an ERA of 2.70. His record is 6-4, pitching an average of 95 pitches per game. And Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. 7 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Carlos Rodon here versus the Detroit Tigers. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Josh Bell. He's got an 8% batting advantage here over Jose Quintana. Josh Bell batting a .827 OPS versus lefty pitchers. Jose Quintana giving up a .771 OPS versus switch hitters. Now, the thing I don't like about this pick is he's only 2 for 16 here versus Quintana. One of those hits is for a home run. He's $3,400 FanDuel salary, $1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been on fire, scoring fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .309, so I like Josh Bell here versus Jose Quintana. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Jose Altuve with a 15% batting advantage over Carlos Carrasco. Jose Altuve batting a .864 OPS versus righties. Carlos Carrasco pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .834 OPS versus righties. And Jose Altuve is 10 for 27. That's a .370 batting average and a .895 OPS versus Carrasco. He's $3,500 FanDuel salary, $2,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .275, so I like Jose Altuve here versus Carlos Carrasco. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Ke'Bryan Hayes with a 29% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Patrick Corbin. Ke'Bryan Hayes batting 20% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .814 OPS versus lefties. Patrick Corbin pitching 9% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .903 OPS versus righties. Now, Ke'Bryan Hayes is only 1 for 6 versus Corbin, but the splits are good here. He's $3,000 FanDuel salary, 1,500 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of 259, so I like Brian Hayes here versus Patrick Corbin. Okay, who do we have at the shortstop position? I like Xander Bogaerts with a 14% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Ross Stripling. Xander Bogaerts batting a .878 OPS versus righties. Ross Stripling pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 18% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .735 OPS versus righties. Xander Bogaerts is 4 for 9, batting a .444 batting average and a 1.222 OPS versus Stripling. One of those 4 hits was for a home run. He's 3,400 FanDuel salary, 2,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .330, so I like Xander Bogaerts here versus Ross Stripling. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. For home run hitters, I like Mike Trout and George Springer. But let's take a look at a lower salary pick that I like. I like Ian Happ with a 20% batting advantage over Luis Castillo. Ian Happ batting a .790 OPS versus righties. Luis Castillo pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, 19% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .807 OPS versus switch hitters. Now I like this pick because Ian Happ is 8 for 22 with a .364 batting average and a 1.076 OPS versus Castillo. Out of those 8 hits, he has 3 doubles, a home run, and Ian Happ is 3,100 FanDuel salary, only 700 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .279, so I like Ian Happ here versus Luis Castillo. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, now I got a couple of value plays for you. The first one is Brian Reynolds batting against a low-salary pitcher, Patrick Corbin. Brian Reynolds is batting a .815 OPS versus lefties. Patrick Corbin pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a .904 OPS versus switch hitters. Brian Reynolds is 3 for 8, batting a .375 batting average and a .775 OPS versus Corbin. Only 2,800 FanDuel salary, 1,600 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .250, so I like Brian Reynolds here versus Patrick Corbin. Another value play I like is Dylan Carlson with a 46% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Braxton Garrett. Dylan Carlson batting 25% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .909 OPS versus lefties. Braxton Garrett pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a 1.071 OPS versus switch hitters, 20% worse than his other pitches. Dylan Carlson is 2 for 3 versus Garrett with a 1.334 OPS. He's only 2,600 FanDuel salary, 800 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. Then he scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I like Dylan Carlson here versus Braxton Garrett. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.